Well, Chit Chat, Kit Kats. Well, clearly Trump did not bomb Iran back to the Stone Age. And Iran has him over a barrel. And it makes him look like a weak fool because they gave him a list of basically 10 demands. And, well, let's just say none of them are beneficial to Trump. So, yeah. So, either he looks like a bloodthirsty dictator, or, in this case, he looks like an absolute idiot fool. So, I guess they had the UN there, and Russia was admonishing him, and China's admonishing him, like Russia's got any room to talk about anybody attacking anyone. But yeah, they were over there. I didn't hear what all they said. I just heard a bit of it, beginning of it. But yeah, now Trump looks absolutely weak, and everybody's calling him Taco again because it's Taco Tuesday, and once again, now, of course, we didn't want him to bomb. But like I said, if he bombs him and he does what he said he was going to do, it's really horrid. And then if he backs out, which he did, of course, and trying to proclaim what a great thing, but you hear Iran's demands, and it makes him look like a total idiot. So we'll see how this progresses. Of course, he's going to claim victory. You know, he'll try to spin this and say it's fabulous and they're going to open the Hormuz and they're doing this. And yeah, well, you didn't hear all the 10 aspects of all of this. And part of it is that Israel stops bombing them too, like that's going to happen, okay? So yeah, Trump is in a no-win situation, of course. Hey, Mick, what you doing? Did you come up, Mick? You come up to get Mickey love? Huh? Did you come up to get Mickey love? Yeah. Yeah, here comes Lily. Here comes the jealous one. Here she comes. Here comes the jealous one. She said, no, you can't just give Mickey loves. What about me? What about me? I'm the cute one. What about me? She's so bad. Mickey says, I was here first. I was here first. So anyway, I just wanted to comment on that. And then today I had a very interesting read with Hogarth. He did my original astrology thing quite a bit ago. I mean, it was, a few years ago or something. So I asked if he would do an updated one, and it was quite interesting what's coming up. And one of the things that was really funny in it was, you know, when I'm driving, a lot of times stuff will come in and I'll talk and I'll post it, and I have people say, don't do that while you're driving. But he laughed because he said, you know, basically, I'm protected while driving, and that he sees why, you know, all this stuff starts coming through at that point. So sorry, it's in my astrology chart. But yeah, the reading was really interesting, things that are going to be coming up and stuff. So yeah, that was good. He is really, really good with the astrology stuff. So that was, had a good sit with that, hearing what's coming up, how things are transitioning, etc., etc. And then today, Trump, did you hear the one? It's not being so well reported on, but there's one video up there where he was saying, yeah, when I'm done with the presidency here, I'm going to run in Venezuela. You know, I'm so good with languages. I can learn the language so quick, and they love me there. He can't even speak English. And he's saying, oh yeah, I'm going to go to Venezuela and run for office there because they love me over there, and I'm so good with languages, I can learn it like that. What, he's been here 79 years and he can't speak English yet. He's got to go to Venezuela and learn the language and take over there. How many of you heard that? I think I'll look and see if I can find it, because I'm not seeing it really reported on. I just ran across it this morning, and I should have put it on share at that point, because that was just absolutely nuts. Anyway, on that note, I'll leave that here. That's why I wasn't online today. You know, I had that meeting with Hogarth, and got to have my chart read and stuff, so quite interesting. But I had to laugh when he was talking about going and, you know, things coming up and my traveling and all of that stuff, you know. And then I mentioned about, you know, when I'm driving, things come through all the time, you know, when I go ahead and put it on there, and people are so worried, don't do that. And I've never, ever had an at-fault accident ever in my life. And he looked at my chart and he goes, well, you're protected when you're driving. So I had to laugh at that. That was pretty funny. And then he looked at some things. I was telling him yesterday was my son's birthday. And he looked up some things on my chart about my son that was quite interesting. Because my son is very, very smart. When he was in the military, he was doing the security for the president's phone line. And when he got out of the military, he's worked for Disneyland, Disney World as the software architect. And he got tired of the corporate world, and he became a goat herder. He's got a little farm. He left it all. And I was telling Hogarth, yeah, my son is really smart, but I think he's on a spectrum because he's got a very, very odd personality, okay? So I think he's on the spectrum in some way, because he's not really adept at social at all with people and things. And he looked at it and he was like, yeah. So that was interesting that he was able to see some things about my son in my astrology things. So it was just fun, very interesting. And excuse me, I'm going to close this out because I'm starting to sneeze now. I don't know what I'm allergic to at the moment. Something's coming in that's making me sneeze. So I'll be doing this for a while, so I'm going to close this out now, and we'll see you online in the morning.